Hey guys, good morning, red and black greetings. This right here, look, this is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro-Negro channel. If you're just arriving, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications by clicking the bell, and leave that awesome like on the video. We're reaching 700,000 subscribers, thank you. We can only be grateful, right? Unfortunately, YouTube didn't send notifications last night. You guys from the live with Canhiota, right? With Canhiotina 70, that's his channel, right? Also subscribe to the Canhiotina 70 channel by Gerson, the other Gerson from Mengao, Canhiota 2. We covered many topics. It's worth it. After the full show, we're going to show you some things here to remind you that there's a giveaway today, right? The Business Promotora giveaway link is in the pinned comment. Win a Flamengo jersey and a very important person box ticket for tomorrow's Flamengo versus Inter game. So tonight, I'm still announcing the winners of the very important person box and personalized Flamengo jersey, right? Guys, let's talk about something serious here because once again, right, we had the guy who calls himself a star, right? Who calls himself a star. Talking about Jorge Jesus, we've also had the other one, right? Carlos Alberto saying that Gabigol can't be called Gabigol. And guess who responded to both of them? Who responded to both? And on top of that, also responded to Renato Gaúcho. He's the guy who really was a star, Gerson, right? World champion, a player who made history with the national team. He talked about several topics, talked about his namesake Gerson, talked about it, right? About Jorge Jesus, he gave a lesson about Jorge Jesus, compared Jorge Jesus to Zagalo, right? The best phase of Zagalo. And he also talked about Gabigol. Let's follow along because there's nothing like a response from Gerson to those guys who only know how to talk nonsense.
We have
that
we must stand up when discussing the masters.
So we stand here.
Look, we have
to stand up for Zagalo, right?
What happens? He would put in the water boys from Botafogo, 67, 68, okay, for training, marking, I don't know what else. Then he trained in the middle of the field, together with the defense, to close in here. That's it. He would put here, for example, 4-3-7, right? What? Zagalo would be the third man in the middle of the field. With Paulo Cesar, Beto, me, and Paulo Cesar, that's 4 here. So 7 would go on the other side. 15 to attack us. And we couldn't let the guys get here to shoot at the goal. So the shouting mark here stopped. Sometimes there was a position you stayed in where you watched 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you would move back a bit and the guy here commanding would shout, "Stop there, that's it, stop. No one gets through here anymore." Either it's a foul or you take the ball right and attack, same thing, attack with defense.
Like American football charters thing.
You can't pass the attack through the midfield, it's about the attack's positioning. Zagalo really liked to do that. It was Jairzinho and Roberto. So with the ball, for example, in training and also in the game. So the two of them there, suddenly the two would cross, right? And the defenders would also cross.
They'd bump heads.
They wouldn't get there in time, and I'd kick the ball, we'd get all shaken up, or sometimes both of them would leave, both would come out, and I'd get in there. Hey, winger, we scored a ton of goals.
But is Jorge Jesus really doing that with his tactics? It's not really like that anymore. He already positions the player in the right spot to run, while the player from the other team is still turning to start running. The Flamengo player is already set.
But we used to do that.
That's what you guys used to do.
And we did that in 70 as well. Fourth defender, opponent's central lane, that's right, Jairzinho, Pelé, third Talo, Ribeirinho, and Clodoaldo, Jairzinho. I knew that for me to make a pass here, there has to be an open space. There has to be a gap. So he knew, ever since Botafogo and the Brazilian national team, that he didn't need to look at me and I didn't need to look at him. We kept an eye out. He was there. Pelé would move. The center back would go into the gap and I would pass the ball. Jair on the diagonal. Recall when he flicked the ball over the goalkeeper to score? We practiced that, though he doesn't realize it. So what happens? He didn't move. I pass it to Pelé, and Pelé goes in on him alone. When I say Pelé, I mean Jair, Roberto, Paulo Cesar. All right, so what happens? This is practiced. We practice separately, plays for the forwards, the attacking players. Then we practiced only the midfield, marking and ball distribution, then only the defense, and then we put it all together. Then you stop. That's wrong. That's not what we practiced. So you keep insisting on it. Keep insisting. Keep insisting. There comes a time when, bam, in your head, you're about to do something, you hesitate and don't do it, then you might do it. The play's over. That's it. Then I was surprised because, okay, he's doing it right, he's practicing, he's insisting on the same thing. That's why Flamengo is playing from midfield forward, playing easily and without fixed positions. And everyone, being everyone, all over the field. I was just surprised because they said it was something new, and I'm bringing this new thing. It ended 900, it's over.
In Zagalo's account. That's it. I just wanted to ask you one thing. Jorge Jesus is being attacked by a lot of people. We had, right? Some people even saying that this team in anyone else's hands would work. Because I'll tell you, look, we had Abel and it wasn't working, right? They say with this Flamengo roster, it's Jorge Jesus' job to make it work. I'll answer that for you now. The account you gave me here proves to me the work of Jorge Jesus. I think that even if it's not his idea, that this has been around since Zagalo.
That's something else.
He's doing it well.
He's doing it well, and he brought a lot of things from Europe. That's it. I'm remembering, because I played with a coach who did that, I played with several coaches who didn't do that. They have nothing to do with each other. He did that in Europe, he thinks it's right, and brought it here. If others are doing it, or have already done it, that's another matter. It's his job, and it's being done very well trained, and very well played, because sometimes practice is practice, and a game is a game. Master Didinho used to say, practice is practice, a game is a game. Gabigol technically is a good player, a goal scorer, very good near the box, smart, always knows how to position himself. Inside the D, from the penalty area into the box, he has that special touch the ball likes.
You can call him Gabigol?
You can call him Gabigol.
Because Carlos Alberto, let's stir up some controversy now. Carlos Alberto. Do you know who he is? Carlos Alberto, he played for Fluminense, a really good player, okay? Carlos Alberto said that he's Gabriel. You can't call him Gabigol because he doesn't like Gabigol, because Gabigol misses too many goals.
No, but he misses a lot of goals. Everyone has their own opinion, and so do I. He misses because he's there. I can't miss. I'm here, I have to feed him, right? Or whoever is there. In Flamengo's case, sometimes he's on the wing, then comes Flamengo's game, which doesn't have a fixed position. Everyone is here, and only a few are there. When they arrive, they do so effectively, and he always comes from behind, following the play.
Wasn't he the one who let the ball slip through his legs? Yeah, that was him.
He made a great dummy move.
Exactly. Now you see he does more than just score goals.
Yeah, exactly. He's always there, so he must be there. I'm not going to compare anything. The player, the center forward, who's the point of reference? He plays there, we're here. So he doesn't touch the ball. Then you say in the commentary, man, the guy doesn't touch the ball, so he can't get it. I say there, he can't get it. The ball doesn't reach him. He's there for me to pass to and then follow up, either for a 1-2 or for him to make his own play, right?
Fred came on against Cruzeiro, but the ball never reached him. Flamengo defended well, and no one could create chances.
That's what I say, for sure. This center forward, the point of reference, if the ball doesn't get to him, he comes out to get into the game. Here, he's going to get in my way because he's right here with his shin. He gets in my way, and I'm going to get in his way too. I don't know how to do what he does over there, and he doesn't know how to do what I do here, so he can. Instead of being a reference point here, he can be here. Pull the foot, pull a little more to create space for someone to come into the middle of the field, someone coming from behind. Arão does this very well when it was Arrascaeta and when it was Cuellar and Arão who set up the play. Everton Ribeiro is right, with support from Pará or any fullback. Then he played here. How many times did you see Arão get in here and even score a goal? So, this flexibility in the midfield with these players makes it easy for you to set up any formation. That's why Jorge Jesus set up Flamengo's team based on this part. Here, Flamengo's midfield, the midfield is...
Yeah, it's your car.
Man, everyone plays here.
Jesus himself said that these players he has, technically skilled players, are very smart. Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying here and there.
Flamengo and Grêmio in the Libertadores. Renato claims Grêmio plays the best soccer, putting on a lot of pressure as usual. That's just how Renato is. I thought he was even a bit rude in a comment about Jorge Jesus, when he said that Jorge Jesus never won anything important in Europe except for the Portuguese championship, and that he's already 65 years old anyway, but he's putting the pressure on Flamengo.
A lot of pressure.
So, what do you think? How do you see this matchup?
Look, I think Grêmio's team is very good, very well organized, very well put together. But if you weigh it, technically speaking, I think Flamengo is better. It leans a little. Grêmio could even win 8-0. That's what I'm discussing. Just like Flamengo could win 8-0, right? I'm getting into the merits. Technically speaking, Flamengo's full team is actually better, and so is Grêmio's full team. I know that if I play with a full squad, now, I think Flamengo's team, I think their roster, I've said this many times.
If both teams use their full squads, all this talk about Grêmio players not playing is just rumors.
I think it's just talk. I've said that Flamengo's team, their roster...
When it comes down to it...
Flamengo's roster is better than Grêmio's.
And it's also the best put together.
And the team today is the best.
That's what I think. So, do you think Flamengo, regardless that anything can happen, do they have an advantage over Grêmio?
They have an advantage if at full strength.
Plus, they play the deciding match at home too.
That's another benefit, more. Now, if both teams play at full strength, the matchups really favor Flamengo if both teams are complete.
If Flamengo or Grêmio reach the final, do you think they'll face Boca or River? What do you think? I think so. How do you feel about a final, whether it's Flamengo or Grêmio, whichever Brazilian team advances?
For the Brazilian team, it's already a different game.
Because if the game is only in Santiago, that's it. They don't have that crowd factor, which is the home advantage, which is extremely important for the Argentinians, like the Bombonera and also the Monumental.
But it's complicated there. But I still think that whether it's Grêmio or Flamengo, either one will win against both, against either of them.
Because they surpass Boca and River, especially when playing on the field.
Exactly, because Boca's team is a good team, but they have ups and downs. It's not a team that even their own fans argue about. They put up banners, all that stuff. It's not the kind of team the fans trust, not as much as River or Boca. That's not the case with Flamengo or Grêmio. The club messed up.
Although Grêmio isn't great, the fans still trust them. You can see they're confident. They're confident even because of what they fixed exactly.
So I think there's a great chance of staying here in Brazil and, if possible, staying here in Rio. It's an extra boost for Rio, right? The energy here is running out.
A left-footed player arrived, a Gerson who's playing really well, who went to Roma, came up through Fluminense's youth academy. Everyone appeared. There was all that excitement. Gerson?
Fluminense just develops players to sell.
He played there, was sold, then joined Roma and Fiorentina in Italy, and finally returned to Flamengo. He's doing great. And Jesus said something really interesting about Gerson, right? He said this: "I don't know how they let him come back to Brazil because he's such a great player."
It's because when he left, he went to Fiorentina. He played only a few matches as a starter and then left and was loaned out. I think that his leaving, regardless of whether he played abroad or not, I think that leaving was important for him. He was just a kid. We were even there at the radio station talking to his father before he left. Marcon, yeah, he's a happy guy, brother. He says he breathes because it's free. That's what he says. So we were talking to him. I think this move abroad for Gerson, such a young guy, wasn't good for him. Technically speaking, about the game, he played, he didn't play, he fought, he wasn't a champion, he was a starter, he wasn't. Now, the experience for him was the best, more than technically speaking, because technically...
He came back experienced.
Exactly, technically speaking. There's no question about it, because he's good here, there, anywhere. Throughout his career, you keep improving. Take a coach, look at the player, take a piece of that and put it here. Everything you know applies to him. So he knows. He leaves here knowing he went over there, he played a part, he didn't play, but he's there, he stopped everything there, he went back to what he knew, what he knows, he left here, and he knew. He put more good things on top of the nail, he left it there and came here, and... But technically, he left good, came back good, came back good.
He added all of that, right?
Exactly. He's joining the Brazilian national team, maybe today or tomorrow, as he should have already. That's why I'll stir things up more for Mengo. I thought he should have been called up because Arthur is a good player.
You're not supporting taking 2 or 3 players. You're just discussing merit.
Exactly.
Guys, look at how careful Paparazzo is. A memento from our friend Gerson is here. It will always be in our show. Come here, Rafa. We're going to put it here. We have autographs from some players that I collect. We have Zico and a Gerson, who's been here before, and we'll set it up. Hanging up here. Every time we're going to put this little sock ball from Gerson here. Look how cool we got it autographed. Awesome, Gerson. So, did you like it?
I liked it a lot. I'm waiting to be invited back.
It will be a pleasure, man. I want to go to yours too. We'll do a post-game together there.
Look.
Thank you. I loved it. It's a heartfelt gift. He'll always be with us.
All right, thanks. Bye. We're together. We're together.